For this back to school collab, I'm going to be showing you how to make this back to school charm bracelet. For the eraser, you're going to take some magenta pearl clay or any pink clay and kind of shaping it into a log or a rectangle. Then you're going to take your blade and cut it at a diagonal like so, where you have this kind of square shape at the end. Flip your charm around and then cut it at a diagonal again so it looks like one of those school erasers. Now you have something like this and just shaping it to your desired shape. And for the eye pin, you're going to put the eye pin on the back of where the face would be so you can't see it. For the loose leaf paper, we're going to start by cutting a rectangle out of this white clay. After you've done that, you're going to take a toothpick and make 3 holes into the loose leaf. You don't have to push all the way through because you could just do this in the back, and actually this makes the charm sturdier so that it doesn't break in the middle. Now for the pen, you're going to take some black clay and roll it into a log shape like so, and then take your blade just to snip off the tip and the back. With some silver clay, you're going to roll it into a triangle and then attach it to the front for the tip of the pen. And then for the back, you're going to take a semicircle and then attach it to the back. You can roll it around to kind of secure it in place. Then take a rectangle shape to make the clip part of the pen and a smaller piece of clay to put it at the top of the clip part. Now you're going to take any kind of tool. I'm using just kind of this sharp tool to make indentations in the pen to make the separator, and you just kind of roll the clay around the tool. For the chalkboard, I'm going to take some pearl green and some silver clay to mix it to make this color and then cut it into a rectangle. Now I'm using copper clay for the back of the board, and I'm just going to paste the green clay on top and then cut around it to make the chalkboard frame. Now I'm cutting some more copper clay to make the frame, and then we're going to texture this later to make it look more like wood. Once you have something like this, you can blend the edges and then use a dotting tool or any other tool to kind of just texture it. And then later we're going to make a small little apple. So for the apple, you're going to take some red clay. I took a toothpick to make 4 little indentations for the top, and then I used TLS to bind the apple to the chalkboard. Next, I added a little leaf, and then I also added a small piece of chalk for a little more embellishment. For the crayons or the markers, you're going to take some yellow clay and then cut it into 2 rectangles. After you cut into 2 rectangles, you're going to take one of them and cut a semicircle on one of them so that it looks something like this, where you see the opening of the markers or the crayons, and use a toothpick to kind of just blend any of the rough edges. Then you're going to cut strips of the colors of the rainbow and then just paste it into the opening so it covers it up. And then when you flip this over, you're going to see a nice little layer like so. Then you just paste the first rectangle over the second rectangle and then cut off the edges to kind of blend them together. I also added 2 green triangles for extra embellishment, and then after you're done, these are what your 5 charms should look like before baking. All of them have eye pins, and then I added on little faces with clay. So I added on white for the pen just so you can see the face. And then after baking, we're going to finish the details for the loose leaf. So after baking, I added some black paint for the tip of the pen so it looks like an actual pen. And then for the loose leaf, you're going to take a thin brush and dip it into some light blue paint and then just paint some straight lines very, very slowly. After you've done that, you're going to take some pink paint and then paint a vertical line. And now you're finished. This is what your loose leaf charm should look like, and this is the front, and then here is the back. So here are what each of the charms look like, and I really enjoyed making this tutorial for you, especially since this is the first polymer clay tutorial I've filmed since the summer began. And actually, I forgot to bring a bracelet chain with me to my dorm when I moved in, so I'm sorry that I didn't attach it to a bracelet for you. But here I have 2 sets of everything, which is kind of understandable since during the school year, people tend to buy excess supply. So again, all you have to do is now add it onto a bracelet chain, which I forgot, so I do apologize for that. But again, thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope you check out the other collab members' tutorials, which will be down in the description box. I am so blessed to be able to do this collab with a few of my friends here on YouTube, so thank you guys so much for joining the collab with me, and thank you to all my subscribers for bearing with all my package openings that I've done the past week. And if you have any other tutorials you'd like me to do, comment down below, and thank you guys again.